Today I'd like to do a quick tabletop comparison comparing the age-old and trusted carry gun, the Glock 19, to the Grand Power P1. The Grand Power just started being imported into the US by Eagle Imports. They should be seen in stores and are at distributors now. The great part about this is we have so many guns right now that are exactly where the market needs them. This is a gun that's just big enough to do the full duty of a full-size gun, but small enough to be carried as a compact gun. They make subcompact guns that are a little less ergonomic. They're smaller, less friendly to use, and hold less ammo. Both of these guns have a 4-inch barrel. They hold 15 rounds of 9mm, and the biggest differences in the gun are the different types of design. You have a striker-fired Glock, which uses a few simple mechanisms to fire the gun with a single striker. That means you fire the gun, the trigger is down, and it's there. It doesn't come back. The double action, single action version of the gun, similar to a CZ design, means if you're there and you fire the gun and it doesn't go off, you have a second strike capability. The military did a study on this a few years back, and it showed 97% of light strikes went off. Now, if there was another problem with the gun, that doesn't count. I've always been a big fan of the double action, single action gun. The Grand Power has a safety. Safety works if your gun's on half cock or full cock. But if the gun is not cocked at all, if it's the hammer in its full down position, the safety does not come on, so you can grab the gun with the safety on, mash the trigger, and expect it to go off and then have a problem. So I think that's one of the first simple ergonomic things with the gun. The next is the gun's not flat. It's got a nice little hump here, it's got a drop off here, and it very well matches the curves of my hand and settles in. Now, that being said, both gun companies have went above and beyond to make sure this gun fits as many people as they can. Both guns come with interchangeable back straps. The Grand Power has 4. The Glock has technically 2, but uses 3. The Glock pistol uses the bare frame to be their smallest grip. From there, you can take these little back straps, this one's marked L here, and hook them in to the back of the gun. This still has the hole for a lanyard relief. Then you have to change out your pin with the this little tool or with a punch. You have a longer pin that holds this in place. Hope you don't lose one of those. The Grand Power uses a similar mechanism, but all you need on this is a screwdriver. Open it up, and it just slides off. You use it with tension, so there's nothing sliding on and off that's done. Grab the smallest one. We'll slip it on there so you can see what that'll look like. Just kind of spreads apart and slides on. When I first got this, I'm like, yeah, how long is it going to take before this gets hot, loses tension, etc.? I have a K100 that has a couple thousand rounds through it, have had 0 problems. I don't feel that the company, the way they built this gun, are going to have any problems with it. Let's do a little size comparison here. Put up the extra little parts. My screwdriver. Comparison size of the gun. Magazines. Magazine is a little bit longer in the Grand Power and a little bit narrower. This can be handy if you're carrying multiple magazines, and it also allows me to get a little bit better grip on it whenever I'm doing a speed reload, which for concealed carry applications, that's not so much of a big deal. As for how they fit in my hand, the Grand Power, even with the smallest grip, still seems pretty comfortable. All the grips seem comfortable on this gun. They don't really change my point of aim or point of impact. The Glock, The smallest grip is the most comfortable for me, even though I have a big hand. As I get the larger grip that's more comfortable, it feels better, but I also shoot to the left with the gun. You also see that my hand kind of touches the magazine a little bit there. If I lay one gun atop of the other, the Grand Power has a tri-top slide, so it stands up a little bit better but doesn't create any bigger of a print, and it's slightly longer. And the Grand Power, I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to do this, is slightly thicker, just due to the ambidextrous takedown lever and the safety. The other thing is the Grand Power gun is fully ambidextrous. That means that the magazine release works from both sides all the time. Safeties work. There's one on each side. The slide release is always available on both sides. With the Glock, you can switch the magazine release around, but the slide release is on the left-hand side of the pistol. I really like the undercut of the Grand Power. It allows me to get my hand a little higher on the gun. And the Grand Power also has a rotating barrel design. As you can see, the barrel rotates and comes backward slightly. With a Glock, the barrel will come backward and then rotate upward to unlock. With the size of the Grand Power and the rotating barrel, I do feel that it has a little bit less recoil. But this is a tabletop, not the shooting part of the comparison. If you have any questions, please post them below. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. I'm always available to answer any questions, and I look forward to feedback.